What is incorrectly perceived as a sign of intelligence? People seem to think if you are rich with a good job you must be smart. Generally speaking, I've only met one rich person I would consider smart. The rest? Oof. I seriously wonder how some of them passed grade school. At best, it tends to require some brains to actually become rich, if one wasn't already born into financial freedom and curling parents. I was surprised when I learned that knowledge isn't necessarily correlated to intelligence. I met a lifelong academic who knew damn near everything about her topic, but just the facts. It's like, she was a walking encyclopedia, could cough up any info about her field, but she couldn't really process it that well, or draw conclusions, or apply it to a different topic. It's hard to explain. She had a nice 2 terabytes SSD drive full of info in her head, but she had a substandard CPU. Since then I've met several people like that. All academics, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with it. It really is interesting the way different people work. Coming from a TTRPG background, it's like the way intelligence and wisdom are separate, specific knowledge and common sense are entirely divorced. I will say, as someone who works closely with academic experts, this is common in academics. Many of the smartest people I've ever met are also kind of dumb. I think that's okay, though. There is absolutely a place for it, especially in R&D and academia in general. If you come across a new thing, the walking info dump is your best source of insight on it. Maybe someone else interprets all that together and draws the conclusions, but Dr. Incredibly Specific Human Google is good to have around. Silence. I've been told so many times that I'm thoughtful and a deep thinker, but really I can't figure out what to say, lol. My girlfriend thinks my silence is me thinking hard or letting her sort her emotions out, but it's really me trying to think of anything to say, but I'm a dumbass. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than say something and remove all doubt. Even better if they think you're smart, lol. Be silent or let thy words be worth more than silence. Pythagoras always liked this one as well. There's a very good saying about that. I may be paraphrasing, but I've always heard it as, a wise man speaks because he has something to say, a fool speaks because he has to say something. Similarly, it is better to remain silent at the risk of being thought a fool, than to talk and remove all doubt of it. Off topic here, but walking above average speed at work makes people think you're a hard worker. Edit, typo. I walk around with gloves on pretending I'm looking for something, and I have a great reputation now because I'm never seen by the managers, lol. The only time they see me is pacing down the corridor looking for some tool, lol. Carry one of those metal box clipboards and people think you're an inspector. Then snap the clip part to make sure they all know who's boss. Yes. I figured out at a very boring office job that as long as I was carrying a clipboard, I could walk anywhere in the building and waste any amount of time because people assumed I was busy doing something important. Wealth edit, thank you for the gold and silver. I am so rich. Therefore I am smart. SMRT smart. Dude, we see stupid people in the news all the time that have more money and assets than we'll ever see. Millionaire influencer makes me lose faith in so much. A cromulent vocabulary. This embiggens me. Slow down, my dictionary is on fire. I chortled gleefully at this repost. Indubitably. Ergo, concordantly, vis-a-vis, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Riveting braggadocio dressed as irony. 0. Being labeled gifted at a young age. It's corny to blame being a gifted student on my own failings in life, so I try not to, but I genuinely think it kind of fucked me up, lol. Made me think I was special and could skate through, when in reality I was not at all special, and later in life it's really bitten me in the ass. Teens having basic adult understanding become geniuses to their parents. Being in charge. Always maintain a healthy skepticism for anyone claiming to be authority, at least till they prove themselves capable. If someone's in an authoritative position, it should be others that praise them and say how good they are, not themselves. I'm the best commenter that's ever been. People always tell me, they Safeman, that's what they call me, they say VP, you always leave the best comments. They say that. Ask anyone, They'll tell you. That's why I'm happy to announce that I'm running for comment president again 2024. Let's make comments great again, again. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. In fact, I've got friends in high places, I can't tell you how high, but they're really very high, and they're experts in this stuff, and they always say that Fman is a commenter of world class. They should know, they're experts. I also have many excellent friends who are very high. I heard it, I heard his voice. Similar, Peter Principle, https://n.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Peter_Principle. I once worked for a company where the VP was the living embodiment of the Peter Principle. She had been with the company for 20 plus years, and somehow got promoted to VP of Marketing. She very clearly had no idea what she was doing and as a result would end up micromanaging to stay busy. And she loved to come around at 4:30 on the Friday before a holiday weekend to say hi, aka make sure no one was leaving early. We were all salaried. This woman was completely incompetent, had no business managing anyone and didn't understand her duties at all, yet somehow she was an executive and made close to $200,000 per year. Just by outlasting everyone else. Every salaried manager that has ever reported to me has gotten the same spiel. I'm not going to tell you when you have to be at work and when you should leave. We're all adults and I'll do my best to support you and make sure expectations are clear. As long shit is running smoothly and getting done, then we're good. I had a manager like that. Our department of 12 was about 5% of the company. We had more freedom and fewer problems than every other department. There was a lot of stuff we were allowed to do as long as we didn't talk about it to anybody in the other departments. One woman in another department wanted to take time off around Christmas to travel to family because her husband had died that year. They said no because she used all of her paid time off when her husband died. She said goodbye and gave me a hug on the elevator ride at the end of the day. Never saw her again. On the other hand, I was off on disability. They were supposed to terminate me at 6 months when I transitioned to long-term disability. Instead, they kept me on payroll for an extra 13 months so that I could stay on their health insurance. Not only that, but they prorated the vacation days I accrued while not working at all to pay the $170 a month that was my part. To this day, I am shocked, but super grateful they did that for me. This describes my time working in public education. Many people that reach administrative level positions are wholly incapable. You know it's bad when teachers are homeschooling their kids or sending them to private schools rather than enrolling them in the district that employs them. We usually shorten that concept to, turds float to the top of the tank. It's a common issue in any large organization. The bigger the organization, the easier it is for someone without any talent or skill to hide their mediocrity and rise to a high position. That's often why you see products decline in quality as a company grows bigger. You'd think that a larger company with more resources could make better quality products, but no. As they grow, there's more people, middle managers, usually, that just sit in chairs thinking of dumb ways to cut corners to save money and end up reducing the quality of the products that made that company renowned. Slashing budgets takes no skill compared to making effective decisions that increase productivity. I'm living in China right now and everyone keeps calling me intelligent as I'm bald and left-handed. Left-handed, check now. If I shave my head, will I become smart? Only if you move to China as well. Apparently bald equals intelligent now. The heat that smart people's brains give off burns off the hair. Damn, no wonder I've got a full head of hair at 52. The self-burn humble brag. Nicely executed. Finally someone bringing some science into this discussion. Larger the forehead, more the brain power, hence it follows that bald equals most brain power. Does thinking make your hair fall out? Using big words or complicated language when trying to explain something or talking about a difficult subject. The smartest people can actually make it sound simple. I had a history and civ teacher have us teach a mock lesson as a final grade because if you truly understand something you can help someone else understand it. Real talk though, the absolute best way to learn a topic is to teach it to someone else. Age. Actually, every toddler I've ever met was a fucking moron. That's what they want you to think. I love your one-word sentence that everyone can get behind. Older people not listening to younger people and younger people not listening to older people because they just don't get it. I don't think it's quite the same. Old PPL think young people are young and dumb. Young people think old people are out of touch, and it's more about wisdom than intelligence. Yeah, there is a big difference between experience/wisdom and intelligence. A young engineer at my work is the dumbest smart person I have ever met. She is exceptionally intelligent but makes so many dumb common sense little mistakes due to inexperience that it's almost impressive. Her biggest fault is that she knows she's very intelligent, so she sometimes, fairly often, disregards the advice of much more experienced people below her. Being Asian. Community had a funny play on this. Hey math club, I'm Asian. You Asian? That's pretty racist, man. That wasn't a no. That's homophobic. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals and GKL_F8FQ. Love that bit, sorry for the low rees. Arrogance portrayed as confidence. A truly intelligent person knows that there's things they don't know, and keeps trying to learn. An idiot refuses to acknowledge that there's anything they don't know, and fears doing anything that might prove it. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I'll remember this when I lie alone in bed tonight. You are never alone, have fun sleeping. This was unnecessarily ominous. Don't worry, they are talking about the billions of microbes in your skin RN. Even better, the thousands of mites living in your eyebrows. They are having copious amounts of mite sex to create more mites. With the right lens, it is bug voyeurism. I do not consent to this. Arrogance is loud. Confidence is quiet. Having money. I know someone who is fairly wealthy. He has worked with several billionaires and other wealthy people. He told me that luck is a much more important factor than people realize. Of course, some people work hard, but most are just exceptionally lucky. Also, 9/10 times they are a-holes. There's a lot of research that supports his claim. The actual trait that tracks with wealth the closest is charisma. Edit, to clarify how statistics work, being charismatic doesn't mean you will be wealthy. Being wealthy doesn't mean you are charismatic. But if you could pick one skill to increase your chance of being wealthy, studies indicate it's probably charisma. As someone who has been more successful than my raw intelligence or work ethic might suggest, my main motto in life is, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Be nice, be polite, smile, attempt to be funny, and be moderately good looking, even just dressing nice and take care of hygiene, and you'll be someone people want to be around. If people want to be around you, business opportunities will follow. It's not rocket surgery. Strong opinions, held with confidence. 80% of podcasts just screamed out in unison. Yeah, 80% sounds like about the right number, maybe even 85%. I can confidently say it's 91.34%. Solving a Rubik's Cube. True, I learned how to do it quite fast once I looked on Google. It's just consistent practice until you memorize it. My patience doesn't last long enough to read through the instructions. I did about 5 turns and gave up. Good to know someone's worse than me, I did 6 turns before giving up. I looked at it and gave up. I haven't even looked at it, and I already gave up. I can confirm I can solve one and I'm an idiot. I second this, I solve them and I'm also an idiot. I used to mess with people at parties and pretend I was doing complex calculations to solve it. I also used to pretend my photographic memory was remembering every move they made while they were scrambling it. People are gullible, it's fun. Highly recommend. Cornering people in arguments with bullying tactics and acting like it means they won. We have a word for that in Swedish, härskartekniker. There's not really a direct translation, it basically means commanding techniques, although with a much more negative tone. https://n.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/master_suppression_techniques. And 3 more the people that say oh sweetie in an argument. Or do your research. I'm not going to spoon feed it to you, when someone makes a pretty spectacular claim and you ask them to back it up with a source. I hate this line of thought so much. You see it constantly on Reddit with people like this. I once asked a dude in 3 separate comments to please link their source after I linked 5 sources refuting their claim. Each time I was told my sources were bad and they never provided one themselves. I've been told to stop being lazy and do the research myself, in the middle of a conversation I'm actually having while scrolling Reddit on my phone at work. Like, you want to convince me? Do your job. I was told once to do my own research after I had literally posted links to everything I was talking about. Like WTF. I've been told to do my own research online about the subject field I'm literally a scientist in. Can you back that claim up with a source? This happens entirely too often. The confidence that stupid people have is truly unrivaled. Educate yourself, just stop. I feel sorry for you and other hilarious ways to say you want to win, but you don't want to think. Dehumanizing tends to comfort people who are stuck in this paradigm of I won, you lost instead of articulating their ideas thoroughly. I think it stems from being overly confident in what they believe versus being more competent. Or, sweet summer child. Your point should stand on its own without condescension. Anyone who thinks being condescending makes them correct is not worth your, or anyone's, time. Pretty much any political internet personality who goes around debating people is one of these. I know someone who loves to do that with climate change denial. If you say stuff like too much carbon dioxide is bad, he will corner you privately like a bully and kick arguments and proof at you so fast that you can't respond fast enough, and he'll act like he won. Later on, if you have time, you'd find out that his proof is from dubious sources, but by then, the conversation is over and it'd be too late for a rebuttal. On top of that, he's a local journalist. So once, an investigative reporter ripped apart his climate change claims in an article. And I mean ripped apart. The general gist was, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but he is absolutely full of shit. It was gorgeous. Edit, oh, and he used big words too. Often incorrectly and with hideously incorrect grammar. Lol. When people do that to me, I call them out on it after a few times. You're saying you want to have a civil discussion, but I can't even get through a sentence or a fully realized thought before you start jumping on another topic. I'll then proceed to keep telling them I'm not finished when they inevitably keep trying to interrupt me. With these types of people, I think the trick is to curb away from the argument and towards their behavior, put them personally on the spotlight and on the defensive. Once you firmly establish that, it's easier to control, and if they get more aggressive about it, throw your hands up and tell them flat out that they are incapable of being reasonable. If all they're trying to do is win, then point out the fact that they're cheating, and break the game entirely. If they don't want to play by the rules, then they don't get to play. That's called a gish gallop and is a favorite of pseudoscientists. Scoring an A when I was 14. Scoring an E when I was 24, and at a rave. Fucking this. I was all A's and B's till high school. Occasionally I'd have one C or something, but come high school started struggling a lot with math. Like ended up needing a tutor for basic high school math. And yet, because I had okay grades into middle school, my parents think I'm super smart and the only reason I could get a C in a class was not trying. Like fuck's sake dude, I'm average. Not smart, not dumb, just average. And I'm totally cool with it, but they don't believe me. Just one more year and college is done. Same dude. Graduated 7 years ago. I learned that what everyone said was true: once you get your degree, no one gives a fuck about your grades. I graduated with a 2.41. I'm doing just fine. Just do your thing and don't worry about others wanting you to be a genius or thinking you're lazy for simply getting the grades you get. A letter on a piece of paper or on a computer screen never really meant anything to me anyway. It was just a means to an end so I could provide for myself and be happy. And I managed it with plenty of C's and D's sprinkled throughout. Talking fast even if you're saying the dumbest shit. The trick is to say enough dumb things that the person you're talking to gets confused as to where to even begin. Yeah, that's a real strategy bullshit artists use. Being emotionally stunted. High IQ does not equal low EQ. You can be a dick and stupid, and you can be smart and charismatic. It's not one or the other. I think a lot of people believe in the myth of natural justice/karma. They think if someone is smart they must be lacking in other areas, sort of like if everyone is a character with a fixed amount of base stats that can just be allocated differently from person to person. The reality is that smart people are also often very well spoken, confident, wealthy, and attractive. And dumb people don't get free points in these areas either. In real life, we roll for stats. Unfortunately, we don't get to use the standard array or point buy. I had a buddy one time be significant other mad that I beat him in a friendly game of pickup tennis. I was a 3-sport athlete and in pretty damn good shape. He decided to play tennis his senior year for reasons I forget. He said to me verbatim, "I don't understand how you can beat me. I've been playing for a year and you haven't. I should be 1 year better than you, like bro. Real life is not an RPG with character stats." He's also technically right. He should be able to beat you after a year of training to play tennis. Speaks to a lack of proper coaching, or a lack of athleticism on his part. Yeah, I know we are clowning this guy, but I'd at least be a little miffed if I practiced something for a year and I lost a guy who doesn't play. That is given I'm actually trying to get better at tennis throughout this year. Oh yes, that's true. I talked with my significant other about it. He believes this myth exists because some people believe it's too good to be true that someone can be smart and emotionally intelligent at the same time. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button for more content. I post every day and I'll see you next time with more stories.